I think it's time that we as Dragon Ball fans attack the anti-Goku agenda, the bad dad propaganda. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about why Goku is not only a good dad, but an amazing dad. To kick it off, I'm not going to spend too much time trying to define what a good dad actually is, because it's really all a perspective thing. Somebody can look at the way you raise your kids as if you're a madman while the other person applauds you for it. Even with me saying that, there's one quality we probably all agree on that would make you a good dad, or lack of that quality would make you a bad one, and that's caring for your kid. Making sure your kids know you love them, putting their well-being before your own, these are all qualities of caring for your kid. When Gohan's introduced, he's already 4 years old, and none of Goku's peoples know that he has a kid, meaning Goku spent those 4 years just focusing on his family. And it's even clearer because Goku's power level did not rise that much since that Piccolo fight, which was 4+ years ago. He could have spent that time training, trying to get his get back on Piccolo. He didn't do any of that. He just spent it with his family. And Gohan is extremely scared of action, meaning that they were just kind of at home living like a normal family without any danger in the way. And the next time we see Goku interact with Gohan is when he's brought back to life. And the first thing he did when he came back was heal up Gohan and Krillin and tell them to skedaddle. It wasn't boxing with Nappa. He did that after he made sure his family was okay. The next point I see brought up is Goku allowing Gohan to go to Namek. But if you really remember the situation, it wasn't like Goku just offered up Gohan. Gohan said he wanted to be the one to bring Piccolo back, the one who sacrificed his life for Gohan. Goku encouraging this makes perfect sense. Take a look back at his life. The death of Grandpa Gohan. He had to live through the death of Roshi, Krillin, Chaozu, Bora, other people he met at the World Tournament, Tien's near death, Yamcha getting hurt. He had to live through all of this trauma, straight up trauma. So he completely understands what Gohan is going through. The man who just sacrificed his life for Gohan. Now Gohan wants to repay the favor by bringing him back. It makes perfect sense. You can see Goku getting ready to tweak out when Chi-Chi's like, who cares about Piccolo? You're a little kid, you should act like one. This is a man who sacrificed his life for your son. Somebody who really shouldn't care about your son, yet he did. And if Piccolo didn't train Gohan up, Gohan would be dead either way, because the world would probably be destroyed. I know Gohan wasn't like the main fighter in that fight, but he still contributed to it to the point where if he wasn't there, it would have went worse. It already went terribly, but it would have went worse. Goku is showing Gohan that he has faith in him. Something that a lot of fathers don't show their kids. He's showing that he trusts, that he will succeed. That's something that you want to see. And if you really think about it, Piccolo is Gohan's first friend. As far as we're aware, for that first 4 years of his life, Gohan was just kind of at the crib. He was living the way Goku did before Bulma came. Like, he was just chilling in the woods and stuff like that. So Piccolo is his first non-family member friend. So from Goku's point of view, that's like him wanting to save Bulma or Krillin. It just makes perfect sense. Going further in the story all the way to Goku being on Yardra, a point that I hear brought up is Goku not wanting to go back right away, wanting to spend some time training. But, I mean, that one is pretty obvious. Goku's watching as these threats become stronger, harder to deal with. Goku realizes that he needs to be strong enough to deal with the next threat. Cut to the hyperbolic time chamber. Goku just got over the heart virus and he realized something, that he cannot be the sole savior of this world. He has to make sure that other people can hold the world together. So, of course, he has faith in Gohan. Again, having faith in your child, believing that your child not only can become as strong as you, but stronger than you, better than you. Again, having a dad who believes in you, having a dad who has faith that you can protect the entire world, that's just another example of a good dad. Now, the sensu bean, you can call that one of three things. Goku having honor and teaching Gohan honor by, giving him a fair fight. 2, Goku reassuring himself that Gohan can be the next savior of the world. Or 3, it's a lesson about cockiness. He wants to show Gohan a fair fight so he doesn't get too cocky, doesn't get too ahead of himself thinking he could just one-shot every opponent. Now, Gohan did end up getting cocky in this fight and in the Boo fight, so either that lesson flew over his head or that wasn't the lesson being taught. It's probably just a mix of the first 2 things, Goku being a fighter with honor and Goku just having that much faith in Gohan. Yes, you can still argue that the sensu bean was dumb on Goku's part, but Goku knew, and it was actually true, that Gohan could beat Cell in that moment. It was Gohan getting cocky that messed it up, not Goku giving the sensu bean. It does make sense why Gohan was so cocky, because everybody's been telling him since day 1 that he has the potential to be, stronger than everybody. Now, the last point to bring up is Goku being gone for 7 years. For starters, Goku did not know Goten existed. When he saw him, both in the manga and in the anime, he was dumbfounded, like, there's a little me right there. Who is this man? Who man is this? You could argue that Goku could have checked up on them with King Kai, but as King Kai says, he's not a telephone, he's not going to do daily check-ins and nothing like that. But yeah, if Goku didn't spend all that time in the other world, not only would he be too weak to deal with the threat of Majin Buu, but he also would not have learned fusion. So with Gotenks non-existing and Goku being too weak to touch Majin Vegeta or Fat Buu, fate of the world is left in the hands of Gohan. But if the chain of events still aligned for Gohan to become Ultimate Gohan, is it possible that Gohan will be less cocky, seeing as there's literally nobody else who can touch Buu? I don't really know, because at the time he still thought he was the only person who could touch him, and he still got cocky. Without Gotenks stalling Buu, the world would probably be destroyed by the time Gotenks get there. So even if Gohan finds some way to box Buu in his ultimate form, Gohan would probably be able to beat him even if he does still get cocky for some reason, because there won't be anybody else to absorb. Unless he gets absorbed himself, which would, yeah. Yeah, I mean, you feel me? He will still, either way, this situation has like a 10% success rate is my point. The point that I'm getting at is without the chain of events that happened in Z, Gohan and Goten would surely not be alive. If Gohan didn't go to Namek, the events there would be disastrous. Krillin would be destroyed by Zarbon, Dodoria, or some Ginyu Force members or somebody. If Vegeta gets the Dragon Balls and is able to use them, he becomes immortal, and now there's an immortal Vegeta flying around the universe. But Frieza will probably end up killing him and getting him for himself and doing some wicked stuff with him, and now there's a god like Frieza while Cell is still creeping in. When Goku gets to Namek without Krillin, Gohan, or Piccolo there because they didn't have the Dragon Balls to bring him back, Goku's gonna get gangbanged by the Ginyu Force, unless you want to argue he went Super Saiyan after realizing Krillin died, but then he won't be strong enough to deal with Frieza without the, post Ginyu Zenkai boost. Either way, they're all gonna be dead, and eventually Frieza might come to Earth and kill everybody there, or the androids will just kill everybody there. Again, pick your poison. If Goku forgot about Gohan and instant transmission to Piccolo to go in the time chamber with him and trained himself up more, it's possible that he could have beat Cell on his own, but then the Majin Buu threat, as I mentioned, would still lead to their death. My point is, any alternate route would result in death. That's been a video. Make sure to join up the Discord. The link is in the description. We talk about all types of junk. We can even argue about this. I'll be on it. I'll be active. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm out.
Take your chance, beat it now. In my maze, I'm in. Get your